Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So in today's video we are going to do a prediction video for quite a few leagues across Europe. I'm doing this video because we've already done individual videos for the Premier League, for the Bundesliga, and in Spanish I did La Liga, and in Italian I've done Serie A on my other channels. So today I'm going to do them in English, but rather than do a video for each, I'm going to do like a mishmash where we look at the following leagues. I'm going to do league predictions for Spain, Italy, Portugal, the Netherlands, France, Turkey and Poland. So I hope you enjoy this video, and let me know in the comment section whether you agree or disagree with my predictions. Do you know better? You probably do, don't you? And let me know if you think that you're happy with the way that your club has started. Do you think you're going to achieve your goals? Do you think you're going to overachieve? Do you think you're going to underachieve? And I will look forward to reading your comments. Okay. So as I said, I've done individual videos on the Premier League already and on the Bundesliga, so I won't be doing those today. Let's start with Serie A, which I've done in Italian already, so I'll sort of summarise what I talked about. I expect this year Napoli to perhaps make the strongest challenge to retain the Scudetto. I think that Juve are in a very good position to challenge them this year. They've had a couple of years of transition, they've made some excellent signings. I think they're in a really good place this year, and I would fully expect them to make or to mount a title challenge. And then I think Inter will always be there or thereabouts in the mix, although some of their squad is ageing, and obviously they've got a new manager. They had a very hard year last year, being hammered in that Champions League final, being knocked out of the Club World Cup. They haven't had much of a summer to recover, being older as well. So it remains to be seen how they do. It could go one of two ways for them, but they still have obviously big, classy players like Martinez. Gosh, so many different players they've got. Christian Kivu is the new manager, by the way. I'm thinking of people like Benjamin Pavard. Bisek is a decent player, he's young. They've obviously got Dumfries, Zielinski, Frattesi, Cianalolu, Mkhitaryan's getting on now, Nicolo Barella, Di Marco, who had a little bit of a tough end of, well, the Champions League final was not a good day for him, but Thuram, Martinez and Taremi, so we'll see how they do. I hope, I want Roma to have a good season. We've got a very accomplished manager. It wasn't a rushed appointment, it was very, very relaxed, and time was taken. Claudio Ranieri did it slowly and surely and confidently. I would have been happy for him to stay on, to be honest, but he didn't want to, he wants to retire. We've made some excellent purchases this summer, and from our first game I think I can see what Gasperini's trying to do with the team, and I'm excited. It could go horribly wrong, but it was a very good start, and I think that we could finish top four at last. I've only supported Roma since seeing them in the Europa League, so I've never seen Roma play Champions League football. It's been a ridiculous amount of time. Has it been 7 years now or something crazy? It's far too long for a club of that size. So I really hope that they can mount a top four challenge. In their way might be Milan, but I don't know. I think they're going through a weird period in their history, and I think, particularly because they lost at home on the opening day, we looked at that the other day in the results video, to Cremonese, a really small team who just got promoted. It kind of adds to what I was thinking before the season started when I did my preview video in Italian, that I'm not confident that Milan can bounce back after a poor year last year. They haven't made the right purchases. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Allegri's there though, so he could sort of settle the ship. Not that I really like what he does. Lazio also started poorly, but they might be there or thereabouts. Bologna too. I would think Fiorentina are usually in the mix. Atalanta, I'm not sure about. They've lost their manager. They haven't made any good purchases. Zalewski, for example, I'm not a fan of at all. Scamacca is very unpredictable. He can either be brilliant or lazy. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think the manager going is the biggest effect on them, to be honest, because they were playing above the sum of their parts at times. And Como might surprise a couple of people. So I'm thinking Napoli to win, Juve second. Do I dare say it aloud? Inter third, Roma fourth. And then maybe like Fiorentina, AC Milan, Lazio, Bologna, 5th, 6th, 7th, in some order. We'll see. Okay, that's Serie A. Ligue 1. Oh, no info available. You don't exist. Oh my god, why has it done that? Load something else. I'll come back to it. Hang on, let me pause it. I just turned it off, turned it back on again. Okay, Ligue 1. I still can't see anyone challenging Paris Saint-Germain. I would love Lyon to do it. Or Nice. I think Lille, having lost David, probably will struggle now. Rennes are too inconsistent. Monaco, maybe. Marseille, super unpredictable. Like, who can say? I'd love Marseille to get back to the heights of, challenging for the title, but again, they are very unpredictable. So I'm not sure. I don't think anyone in the league is ready to challenge Paris Saint-Germain for it. I do think Lyon are going to have a good season. They maybe will be bolstered by the fact that they've had all those issues in the summer. They got relegated and then they were re-promoted and all sorts. I think Nice are in a good position financially, if I'm correct. They've got their nice stadium and they've settled down, and yeah, I think they've got a plan. Monaco too. Marseille, goodness only knows. And Rennes will just probably be mid-table, even though they should really be challenging for Europe. So I'm going to say Paris Saint-Germain to win, and then maybe Lyon second, and Monaco third, Nice fourth, Marseille fifth. Marseille are either going to be fifth or second. Something crazy is going to happen with them, or 10th. Who knows? Marseille fans know what I'm talking about. I hope they can do it, but obviously they've lost one and won one already, so it's difficult to decide what's going to happen with them. That's my prediction. Okay, LaLiga. Villarreal have started well, but in Spain there's a law, and if you're not called Real Madrid or Barcelona, then you're not going to win the league. I think Barcelona are still better than Real Madrid at the moment, in the sense that they've got, how can I put it, a tactic that can beat 90% of the teams in this league, which is Hansi Flick's ultra attack. And it may not win them a European Cup, because they'll get found out at the back, as they were last year in the Champions League, but in this league it will work just fine against the vast majority of teams. And Real Madrid's tactic of not really pressing and possibly two of their forwards, looking at you, Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe, just kind of wandering around and not really doing any defensive work, and the team are carrying them. I don't think that is good enough to beat every team. I think it'll be close, but I think Barcelona's tactic will beat Real Madrid when they face each other, and I think it will beat the vast majority of teams as well. You kind of have a sense with Real Madrid that, well, with Barcelona you can change. I mean, yeah, okay, they're probably going to play Rafinha most of the time and Yamal, but you can't, if they sort of drop Yamal for a game or two, I don't think anyone's going to lose their mind. But I think if Mbappe starts a game on the bench, it's going to, all the press is going to go nuts, the internet's going to go crazy. I think because he or Vinicius Jr. are so undroppable, you can't really have two not doing much defensive work, and they are both really creative and super fantastic going forward, yes, but I don't think you can have both in the team at the same time, and dropping one's going to cause a massive controversy. So is Xabi Alonso, and also Xabi Alonso will never play the tactic that he used at Bayer Leverkusen with those two up front. They will not press, they will not charge forward, they will not run around, they will not track back. So is he gonna go against the fans and potentially the chairman by dropping one of them to win games, or is he gonna appease them and, you know, the fans and the players by just playing their, you know, best 11 players, even though the tactic doesn't work? I think they'll win most of the games, they will, but I don't think they'll win more than Barcelona. They won't beat Barcelona head on either. So Barcelona top, Real Madrid second, and then, although they've started really poorly, Atletico Madrid usually finish third. After that, so I think Atletico Madrid will finish third. After that, I can see a couple of different teams going for 4th and 5th place, which both could be Champions League football again this year, and they are Valencia, who finished last season fantastically, Villarreal, Athletic Club, but they will have Champions League football this year and they have a much smaller squad. So can they cope? Real Betis and Real Sociedad. I think Sevilla, after years of just getting out of jail at the last minute, I think their time is coming to an end. They are a massive, massive club, but I think that if they're not careful, they are going to have to deal with going down sooner rather than later, and they need to get that act together. Girona, equally, I'm a little bit worried about. So, yeah, those two teams, you'd not consider them previously for relegation, but I think they need to be on guard. Okay, so let's look at the Eredivisie in the Netherlands. We looked at Italy, Spain and France so far. Now we're going to look at the Netherlands, Poland, Turkey and Portugal. So Nijmegen have made a really good start. I'm not expecting them to be there at the end. Eredivisie has its own little mini-league between PSV Eindhoven, Ajax and Feyenoord. I was talking to my friend who's a massive Ajax fan, and he says Ajax are not going to win the league this year. PSV are. So I'm going to take his word for it and say PSV, probably Ajax and then Feyenoord. So same top three as last year. And I'm hoping Utrecht can continue their brilliant streak. But of course they've got European football this year, so can they cope having 2 games a week? Because they are in the Europa League. If they can't, I'm not sure about Nijmegen, but I would say that other teams that can usually get up to 4th spot would be Alkmaar or Twente. And I think those would be the top 6. Really good going for Zwolle and Nijmegen to be so high so quickly. We'll see how the season works out. But yeah, I think PSV will probably win the league again this year. Ajax coming in second. Let me know if you agree. Turkey. So, Super League. I think Galatasaray, with the amazing signings that they've made, would have to be fools to lose this league. I think they will be top. I think that Fenerbahce should come second. I'm not sure about Besiktas coming third, though. I think other teams are going to try and get that spot. Maybe Trabzonspor this year, or maybe Başakşehir or someone like that could maybe sneak in and get third spot. Besiktas probably can get it, but I'm just wondering if they will get it. Of course, Fenerbahce, with Jose Mourinho at the helm, are always likely to have some sort of implosion, so don't rule that out either. But they also have an extremely good squad. Look, Duran on loan, Nesri, Talisca, Skriniar, Fred, some excellent players there, Soyuncu. So I think that they should make a title challenge, but Galatasaray, their squad is absolutely stacked. Look at this: Osimhen, Sané, Akün, El Mali, Torreira. Then you have Bardakci. So yeah, some absolutely excellent players. They really should be winning the league this year. That's what I think anyway. Poland, I'm really not sure on actually. I've included them because normally I can see what's happening with this league, but it started so bizarrely because Raków, Częstochowa usually do a lot better, but they've started very poorly. Legia Warszawa usually do well, they've started poorly. Lech Poznan usually do well, they've started poorly. Jagiellonia, Białystok are probably the most consistent of that group. Very shocked to see Wisła at the top, unbeaten after 6 games, as well as Górnik Zabrze and Cracovia. If I were doing this prediction before seeing these matches, I would say that for me, probably Białystok to be top, Legia second, and Lech Poznan third, with Raków, Częstochowa fourth. But it's been a very interesting start in Poland. Maybe we could have... It's a very interesting league. You don't really get the same team these days winning it every year. So are we going to see something else going on this year? Lots of different teams have won in the last few years. Could Wisła do it? Wow, that would be an incredible story. And then let's jump to Portugal before we finish. I think Sporting are in with the best shot of winning it. I think Benfica should be there or thereabouts as well. Maybe. Who's going to win it out of Sporting, Benfica? It's going to be a 50-50, it really is. Those two teams is going to be very close at the end of the season. Porto will be third. I don't see them coming first or second this year. I don't think they're ready yet. Maybe their transitional period has come to an end, or maybe they will. They've started very, very well. We'll see. But I think it's going to be maybe Sporting top, Benfica second, and Porto third. Again, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll end the video there, but thank you ever so much for watching. If you would like to give this video a like, please do leave a comment and tell me your predictions for those leagues, and also subscribe to get weekly results videos and feedback discussions about these leagues, and check out the other videos I've already done individually on the Premier League and on the Bundesliga. Okay, thanks so much for watching everyone, take care, thanks so much. Join me on Patreon if you want more videos and support me directly, and if not, click on this video next. Thank you, good night, bye 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 bye.